Jack Posobiec, Washington Bureau Chief with Rebel Media. I'm here at Washington, D.C. We're at the Trump International Hotel, where we just had an awesome MAGA Meetup. That's the Make America Great Again meetups, where we basically come out, Trump supporters get together, we all talk, we all meet different parts around the country. We're holding them all over the place. Katrina Pearson was just here. She made a very quick appearance. She stopped by to say hi to everybody. It was awesome. But one thing I wanted to do was talk to these Trump supporters, these die-hard Trump supporters, about this split that's going on in the Trump community, the Trump base, about the Syria strikes. And I wanted to go around and ask people one-on-one, hey, you're a huge Trump supporter, where do you stand on the Syria strikes? Hey, you're a huge Trump supporter. Where do you stand on the Syria strikes? What do you think?
I'm not a huge fan of them, right? I'm okay with them so long as they're limited and they're constrained to just this attempt to say chemical weapon strikes are not okay.
From a humanitarian standpoint, it's the right thing to do. I also think my main thing is it was a message to North Korea. It was a message to other countries that what the Obama administration did for 8 years is not going to cut it. What he says is what he does. What he says is what he means. Obama saber-rattled for a long time, did nothing. Trump actually said, you know what, I don't agree with this. Sent 59 Tomahawk missiles.
First thing I think about is what happened in 2013 when Obama was trying to move into Syria. I remember he spoke in front of both houses and he made an argument that was really based on just emotional stories. But Trump was a man of action. He just did it and really fulfilled what he said during the campaigns. Like, you don't announce to the world what you're about to do before you take military action.
We elected him, we wanted him in that position, we wanted him in the office with the intel, with the inner sanctum information that none of us has, or most of us don't have, to make those decisions. And bottom line, I trust him. We've got to give him a chance. He's got a higher perch than we do. We saw him in the debates, we watched him take out 17 opponents. We watched him in a very strong position. He was never afraid, he never backed down, and that's the way he's performing as a president. So I'm really comfortable with what he's doing, and I just think we need to stand behind him. I mean, we can't vote for somebody, get him in office, and then back off from that.
I think it's the first major misstep in the administration. There are areas where he's not going as fast as I'd like on some things that I'm supportive of.
If you look at everything he believes in law, order, and justice. Law, order, fairness.
What would you say to those people that are worried about this talk of regime change?
To me, the thing is that a regime change is not smart. I think anybody that knows Trump knows this. You're not going to send troops into Syria. You're not going to upend Assad. I think at the end of the day, the fight is ISIS. That's the big fight.
I'm not okay with regime change wars. That was one of the primary reasons I voted for Trump, is that for 15 years I've been against regime change wars, and there hasn't really been a realistic candidate that was on board with that. Trump seemed like he was against regime change wars, but then you get concerned when you start hearing things like, we're going to depose Assad.
Again, I think President Trump has always been 20 steps ahead of everybody else. I think that people are a little bit uncomfortable because they've never had a politician like him before, and so they think that he's going to perform step by step like the traditional politician. So I'm really having a lot of faith in him that if some of the people around him are talking about that's part of his strategy in terms of talking about it. We've seen him move in certain directions, and then we've seen him pivot and zig and zag when it's the right thing to do. So again, I'm standing by him, and I'm going to wait and watch.
If his goal is to stop bad people doing bad things in the Middle East, I mean, I don't know if you've noticed, we've been at that for a while, and it just seems to keep getting worse, right? So, so I hope he has an end game in mind.
It's not about the regime, it's about the Constitution. Because what do we adhere to? The Constitution. The Syrians need to execute whatever is written in their Constitution.
Do you still support Trump as a president, though?
Yes, absolutely, and don't regret my vote for him at all. I mean, Hillary would have gone to war with Assad at this point, so any for restraint is an improvement over that.
Some people have said they're off the Trump train, some people are still on. How about you? You on or off?
There's no other train that's heading where I want to go, right? So I'm on.
If you had a message for President Trump tonight, what would it be?
Focus on America first, please.
If you want to see more political journalism and analysis like this, make sure to hit like and subscribe to The Rebel.